Hello everyone and welcome to Don't Be Bored. Today I'm going to go through my top 8 picks that I'm super excited to go and get my hands on and play, demo and maybe even pick up at UK Games Expo 2024. Without further ado, let's jump into the list. Mighty Boards is going to be showing off Rebirth, which is going to be a Reiner Knizia game coming to Kickstarter soon. So this is an early opportunity to get hands on and see what the game's like. In this tile placement game, you're going to be drawing tiles and placing them onto this board, this world that is kind of in ruins, and kind of like nature is taken back over, hence the gorgeous sort of lush looks to the game. It's certainly ticking boxes in that department, and you're placing these tiles down to control things. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but it looks fantastic. And being from Dr. Reiner Knizia as well, it's certainly got the tick in the designer box. So very excited to take a look at Rebirth. Next up we have Cities from Devere. Now, I don't need to say much more surely than it's a co-design from Phil Walker Harding. But seriously, a game with his name on, I very rarely find it not at least good, if not great. Now in Cities, you're going to be doing some sort of draft, and that's going to be allowing you to place things onto your board. There's park, there's water spaces and building spaces, and the buildings even stack up to 4 high, so that gives a nice little bit of visual flair. And with most city building games, you're going to be trying to do the best and compete with some scoring objective cards. It just looks like my sort of quick game, 45 minutes it says on the box, so very much want to try Cities from Devere. The Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth is going to be at UK Games Expo, which is, I think, the first time it's ever been shown off properly to the public, which is very exciting. Why is it exciting? It's based upon Seven Wonders Duel. A lot of people have a lot of love for that. Throw in the fact it's got that Lord of the Rings theming, but it doesn't sound like they're just slapping a theme over the top of that old Seven Wonders. It sounds like they are sort of not just retheming, they are tweaking some bits to put it in line with that sort of Lord of the Rings theme. It's based on a fantastic game, it's got a fantastic theme, and it's one of the first chances to play the game, which is effectively Seven Wonders Duel Middle-earth. Another one to check out for me is Dorfromantik: The Duel from Pegasus Spiel. Now, the reviews of the first Dorfromantik board game didn't really make me want to rush out and get a copy. And while I really love the actual sort of nice, peaceful video game, I could see why it would maybe translate to a very slow and not much happening cooperative experience. But this one, The Duel, is 2-player competitive. I like the idea that I could see how it might work, but I want to experience it. And I'm actually very much more drawn to this 2-player duel than the sort of original cooperative experience. Although it does sound, if you have that this one can somewhat expand it in a small way. Not entirely sure, but I do want to try Dorfromantik: The Duel. Loot is another game that's really grabbed my attention when I was scrolling through the games that are going to be at the show. This one is going to be at the Hatchet Board Games UK stand, and it sees Vikings being placed down onto a board. Yeah, you've seen things like that happen before, but I like the little sort of subtleties of this one. First of all, 35-minute playtime. That's a nice playtime for me right now. It's a game that I think can easily get to the table, or at least easier than ones that are longer than that. But it's how you're actually doing things. You're placing these Vikings down onto the board, sort of opening up opportunities for other Vikings to be placed and gaining resources when you do. You're also trying to put like a Viking next to a house to capture it, or link 2 watchtowers together. So it sounds like there's just enough to sort of keep you really interested in different things to go for on your turn, sort of being dragged, ooh, do I go for this? Do I go for that? And I like those sort of choices in games, and it looks like Loot has that in abundance. Next up we have Double Connect from Zygomatic Asmodee. Now, I really like Dobble. It's a really easy, fast, fun game to play. Very much recommend it for families and such. There's even a kids version. I've also enjoyed not just Dobble, but like Dobble 360 or the Giant Garden Dobble, which is quite good fun when it's sunny. So a new twist, this one sort of sees you actually having to make a line of 4 sort of cards as you're still matching up the symbols, and you're trying to do it as fast as possible. Really like Dobble, and the fact that there's a twist on it, a new twist, I'm definitely down for giving that one a go. And like I say, highly recommend the sort of Dobble universe of matching symbols up for families and such, or if you just want a really quick sort of frantic fun game. Another one that I'm really excited to take a look at is Happy Homes from Alley Cat Games. Why? 3 reasons to love this one. First of all, polyominoes. I love polyominoes and their placements, and in this you're getting the furniture and then adding it to your hopefully happy home. You're going to be scoring for sets, you're going to be scoring where you place them, for some design objectives and all that sort of goodness. That sounds really solid. And the other 2 reasons to love this game, I think a lot of people love the 2 designers that it's from. They often team up, and it's Matthew Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert. They have done some fantastic games. Their games sort of design catalogue is loved by many, and again, it's just another thing that makes me, when I'm looking down the list of games, go, oh, I want to try that one out. And last but not least is Moving Wild. This is a retheming of a game that I only played once a few years ago, Zuli. But Oink Games have taken it and they've put some absolutely bold, quirky artwork, as you'd almost expect, onto this. I very much enjoyed my one play previously of the old game, and it doesn't look like they've actually changed anything about this, to be honest, but it's sneaking onto the list because I only played it once. And in this you are playing your cards, sort of drafting, and you're playing these animals into habitats. Some will happily sit alongside each other, some you'll need sort of maybe a number of them to score points, so you've got that sort of set collection, or you know, these 2 animals don't go together, you've got to have certain habitats, so this card can't be played into the water habitat, so oh well, that's sat there wasting space for you, and all that sort of set collection. Very fast, sort of quick gameplay. It sneaks onto the list as it's a new game with a new artwork and stuff from Oink Games, even if it's not technically like a brand new game, but I'm very excited to try this version. Anyway, that wraps up the list. There are 8 games that I'm super excited to take a look at UK Games Expo. But let me know in the comment section below, what have I missed? Or what of the 8 is your pick? Or what are you going to go and look up now? Because it sounds really cool and you want to know more. If you're going to be at the show, hopefully we'll bump into each other, say hi, and well, enjoy UK Games Expo this year.